Good morning, everyone. Theresa at Theresa Holistic Tarot with you for your weekly guidance on November the 28th. So I think everyone, I shouldn't be presumptuous saying everyone, but I think the drill that I always ask for is quite apparent to most if you're familiar with my Instagram or my Facebook page. So you choose a number, 1, 2, 3, or 4. If you can just spend a few seconds and close your eyes, take a deep breath, let it out really nice and slowly. Open your eyes and instinctively choose that number. So don't overthink it and just go with your gut. Okay, so I'm going to start today. Let's clear the energy. So angel spirits, guys, can we have some cards, please, for the week for number 1? What do number 1 need to pay attention to in this coming week? Or what advice would you like to give them? So cards for number 1, please. Okay, we have indecision. Not the very best card, obviously. Actually, I may have to adjust this a little bit. Okay, so we have indecision. And we have woman holding a heart. So as standalone cards, that could be someone could be dithering about, should I accept that offer? Should I accept that date? What am I doing about this relationship? So lots and lots and lots to think about for number 1s there. So let's just clarify that with some Rider-Waite tarot, and we'll go deeper into the message. Okay, angel spirits, guides, can we have some clarifiers, please, for number 1s? We have indecision and women holding a heart. Okay, so your first card up would be the 6 of Pentacles. 10 of Cups, super card. That came out a lot last week, I think. We've got the Hermit under woman holding a heart. And we have the 6 of Swords. So we have 2 6s here on, and this is all about making progress and balance. So I don't know if you can actually see that clearly. I may have to come a bit closer. So we have 2 6s. Now the 6 of Pentacles is quite a karmic card. It's come out under indecision. This card is about giving and receiving, but also, as when I say karmic, it's because we like to think we're in a position to be able to give, or we like to give, but sometimes we don't always enjoy receiving. We don't like to feel that we're in need, or we're in a position of vulnerability that somebody may have to help us. But the karma part of this is about, if we like to give help, which I think most of us do, if we like to support our friends and give help, then it's also about allowing your friends to support you when you need. That's the karma part, because it would not be balanced if we just gave and didn't receive. We're actually depriving our friends of an opportunity to, number 1, help us, but number 2, to actually form a closer and stronger bond. So it's about awareness. So part of the indecision is saying that you may need support in coming to a decision or finding what's the next step going to be. Now the 6 of Swords would indicate progress being made, but not so much not to rock the boat, but what could actually impede that progress are those swords. Now swords represent communications, they represent our thoughts, our words, and our beliefs. So it may not be going fast enough for you, or it may not be going how you would actually like it to be going for you, but this is saying if you can just shift that, what you're thinking, your progress will be much faster. Now, we have a beautiful card here in the 10 of Cups. It's the Happy Ever After wish card of the deck. It's the emotional wish card of the deck. It actually shows 10 cups, which are emotions, joy, happiness, beautiful rainbow, beautiful family. So it's very much that wish fulfillment card. And isn't that lovely? So the indecision can be around wanting something and not knowing how to pursue it, or what the next step is. And that's where you may need to take some advice from your friends or some support from your friends. But the end result would be that, and that is a fantastic result card. Women holding a heart, we have the Hermit. Now the Hermit can often seem like to people, oh, that means I'm going to be alone forever. No, it doesn't. The Hermit, actually, it can remind you that sometimes it's necessary to be alone, to spend time alone, to recharge your batteries alone. It's very much a card of internal resources, in saying that don't fear being alone, because you have the wherewithal and the ability to handle that quite well. And very much in a relationship sense, or in a love, if you're not with anyone in a relationship, you may feel, I'm lonely, I'm stuck, I don't think I'm ever going to get a partner. And the cards would indicate, no, that's wrong. You are very much going to get a partner. Please embrace your single status and have fun with it at the moment, because it will come to an end. It's not going to be forever. So, angel, spirits, guys, can we have another couple of clarifiers, please? Actually, I think my next clarifiers I'll take from the Gilded Tarot. Okay. So, angel, spirits, guys, just another couple of little clarifiers, please. Okay. So the main energy was indecision. Can we have another card for that, please? Main energy. So, and the Devil. Okay. That negative attachment card. It can be a card of obsession. It can be a card of overthinking, living in your head. It can be a card of fear. It can be a card of being attached to something. So indecision in itself can be a learned thinking style. So it may just be that you are habitually dithering. I don't mean that unkindly, but you might just be one of these people that just cannot take a decision, keeps analysing it, second guessing it, ripping it to shreds, keep thinking and thinking and more thinking. And so this can be like an obsessive behaviour, because it's very much linked to indecision. So this card would be saying to you, let go of that. Please let go of that, because you've got such a lovely, happy outcome. Stop with the second guessing. Stop with the over-analysis. You've gotten into a habit of it when this card shows in this context. So it's a habit you can then unlearn. Now, for women holding a heart, we have, for a clarifier, the Five of Swords. So you may be feeling conflicted about a relationship, or you may be feeling conflicted about moving on, or conflicted about somebody that's in your life. And this is why you're experiencing indecision in the first place. Now, the Six of Swords is definitely larger than the Five. So they're actually saying you will get over the conflict, because this can be internal conflict. This can be when I'm, again, indecision. I'm arguing with myself. I'm second guessing myself. Every time I say yes, go for it, that little part of me is saying, no, hold on, you know what happened in the past, you know, and then holds me back again, pulls me back. So you are actually going to be making progress, because you may be afraid that you're going to be alone, but that self-conflict can often stem from the past as well, because the Devil can mean that negative attachment of holding on to something. I just can't seem to let go of it. And it can be, the Devil's always rooted in fear. Fear I'll never be able to change, or I'll never be able to make the change. I'm fearful of the power something has over me. So this can often be when the past has some power over you and you're conflicted about it. Okay, now I'm going to just pull a soul card. I feel inclined to do that this week, to say, angel, spirits, guides. So we have a nice, really nice, happy outcome for number ones, but they seem to be in a lot of confusion. There's indecision, there's self-conflict, there's maybe a fear of being alone. So what do they need to focus on at a soul level, please? What do they need to think about? What do they need to give some attention to? You've got trust. Okay. So trust can often be when I have been let down in the past, I have been hurt, I just don't want to go back there again. Yes, I want a new relationship, but I really want it on my terms. I need to be secure from day dot. And I'm possibly panicking, or I'm possibly fearful for sure. But trust is holding you back. Now, I would suggest to number ones, read up on the oponopono. It's about forgiveness of oneself and the past. Because, look, at the very heart here, please remember you've got this beautiful 10 of Cups, a really happy ever. Note the couple, note the children, note the happiness in the card. You have that beautiful outcome, but you need to overcome some internal processes, which are your own trust issues, especially in regards to relationships. And you have made some progress. You're making progress. It might not just be happening quickly enough, but please get out of your head, stop the second guessing, stop over analysing, and trust in the process that the universe will deliver what you're actually trying to manifest. Okay, so that's the cards for number one. Interesting, thought-provoking. I hope it does make sense to you, and if not, you can always let me know. So, okay, so I'm going to clear the energy, and so now we have cards. Angel, spirits, guides, let's clear the energy and let's have some cards, please, for number two. So we'll start with the energy cards. So angel, spirits, guides. Let's have some energy cards for number two. What do number two need to know or see or learn this week, which may help them? Victory, beautiful card. Victory. And blossoming abundance. So blossoming abundance obviously means the beginning of. So this week could be crucial to your abundance. You may begin something. You might get the idea of something. You might, because you're going to win in it. But this week could be important somehow. So let's just get the tarot. Make sure the right way up to begin with. So angel, spirits, guys, can we have some clarifiers, please, for number two? And as I say every week, please take what resonates. If it doesn't, just leave it, because these are quite general readings. They're not individual readings. And there's a lot of people looking at the same reading, so bits will fit and bits might not quite. Don't force it. Don't make it. Okay, back cards for number two, please. We have the 8 of Wands. Well, that doesn't surprise me with victory, because that's success. So it's normally career related or travel related, but we'll have a little bit. Ace of Wands. Wow, new beginning, new start, new job, new focus. Page of Wands. Lovely. This is very much career orientated now. And the 10 of Wands. Okay, note that number two, you have all wands in this row. So that is traditionally career, or following the dream, following the passion. When we have the 8 and victory, so it's saying that you're going to be successful 100%. Now, the ace is the new beginning. So this, and this in, oops, sorry. The page is normally the good news coming in regards to career or job or moving or something. But because it has the ace beside it, it would mean it's an offer. So it can be the offer of that new start, that new beginning, that new job, that new direction, something new. And it really feels exciting, because all of these career cards or passion. So it's about following the dream. If you have a dream about starting your own business, get the ball rolling. Even if you've done nothing yet, this week, do some research, do some fact finding, find how much it would cost, book an appointment with a financial director, or start a business plan, do something. Because as well, here we have the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands would indicate you're tired. So you may be really tired already of what you're in currently, what you're doing currently. And he's quite burdened. So this can be a complete change of direction. It can be the ending of, tens are the endings. So it can be you're really tired of what you're doing just now, how you're operating just now, where you're working just now, the actual role you're doing just now. So that just got, it's time. So it's time for that exciting change. And this is exciting. The 8 of Wands can often mean that it comes in quickly. It takes you by surprise a little. So if you start to get the ball rolling, it can actually happen a lot faster than you anticipate or hope for. But I'm also feeling travel. That Ace of Wands and that 8 can indicate a completely different location. It can indicate a completely different country. It can indicate a different area, a different county, completely different locale, where you're operating. It could also mean your territory increases. So if you're somebody that's involved in areas and territories, you may get a different territory or a different area or a larger territory or area. Okay, so angel spirits, guys, let's have some clarifiers for all these lovely ones. Okay. The King of Pentacles. So it's going to be a very rewarding, advantageous move. So whatever you're jumping, it's going to provide you with material reward. Now that's normally money, but money does so much. Money puts pays the mortgage, puts the food on the table, takes care of our family, buys us holidays, gives us treats, runs the car. So this is about moving into an energy of prosperity. And that prosperity, which is blossoming abundance, is going to give you peace of mind, because he knows peace of mind. And this can indicate wealth, but it doesn't have to be absolute total, I'm going to win the lotto. No, it can just be that peace of mind knowing I'm not worrying about money anymore. I'm not worried about my bills. I'm not worried about my mortgage. I'm not worried about my commission being enough. I'm not worried about my salary. This is peace of mind. It's a beautiful energy. And we've got Judgment reversed. So Judgment reversed would normally indicate a decision or an assessment about you that may, because it's reversed, may either take a long time in coming in. So you may be waiting to hear of something. Say you went for a job interview, it's not going, now we've got this saying it's going to happen quickly, but when the process starts, it does happen quickly. But the actual decision-making process can be dragging on. Unfortunately, it can mean, when it's reversed, it can mean also that it doesn't go in your favour. So if you're waiting to hear of something legal or official, or something that involves a decision about you personally, it may be delayed. So I would just say, don't be building up, don't be too stressed out and build up something in your mind, because ultimately we've got blossoming abundance, we've got victory, we've got success, we've got the new. So all the other cards can outweigh, all of it can outweigh a negative decision. So I really feel it would be a time issue. It's either a time issue or an energy block, but it feels to me now like a time issue, because these cards are just too good. So let's have a look at, have a soul card. So angel spirits, guys, what do number 2s need to think about or consider this week? What's in their head or their soul? Or what advice would spirit give them from one card? So let's have a look. You've got relationships. Okay, that's quite interesting, because the actual wording on this card says, it's a bit of a mantra, I'm attracted to those people who serve my higher good. So this would, I know it sounds a little bit mercenary, but this would be for me about utilising your contacts, utilising who do I know to actually make things happen here for me? And I'm going with that because this is very much career and travel, decisions to be taken. So utilize your contracts. Who can help you? Who can support you? And because you would support others, so think about it like that. Okay, so this is the cards for number 2. And I hope that makes some sense. I hope it resonates with you. If it doesn't, miss it. Please, would you do me a favour? If you're going to have any comments about the cards or readings, whether you enjoy them or even didn't enjoy them, please would you put it on YouTube itself? I would really appreciate that. Apparently, all of these interactions help to get the message out to a wider audience. So let's begin for number 3. Clear the energy, spirit. Can we have some cards, please, for number 3s? Okay. So angel, spirits, guides, what do number 3s need to know this week, need to learn this week, need to consider this week? What advice will stand them in good stead, please? Right, we've got caring connections. So caring connections is very much a relationship card. So emphasis could be already on journey. So new beginning, new start somewhere for some number 2s. Now, it's come out with the relationship card, so it could be together or single. Let's see what the tarot say. Let's get the Rider-Waite. Rider-Waite. Why don't Rider-Waite. Okay, angel, spirits, guys, can we have some clarifiers, please, for number 2s, caring connections and journey? Okay, we have the 4 of Swords, we have the Chariot, we have the Hermit, number 1 said that as well, and we have the 10 of Wands reversed. Okay, caring connections, we've got the 4 of Swords. The 4 of Swords is very much a time out card, dig deep card. Do some self-reflection, do some self-studying, just spend time and analyse possibly the ins and outs of a relationship. Now you actually have the Chariot with this. So the Chariot indicates success, but it also means it's a duality. It also means taking a decision. I don't know quite where I'm going yet. I have a decision to take, but you need to trust in yourself that you will take the right decision. We have got journey, so you may be branching out and possibly by yourself because we've now got the Hermit. So the 4 of Wands, traditionally it's the knight returning from battle, and he's giving thanks. He's giving thanks because he survived. But what lessons did he learn? That's what he's asking himself. How can I stay alive for the next battle? What did I learn from that relationship? What did I learn that I can take with me, which will be successful in my next relationship or to improve this relationship? Although saying that, there is a new beginning involved, a journey. So journey can be that you're now feeling alone, and you could well be alone, because the journey could be that although the caring relationship isn't reversed, and neither are the other cards, so it could be the new phase of a relationship. You may physically have to leave and go somewhere and be separated from someone for a while, because the Hermit is a card of internal resources. He's about standing on your own 2 feet. So you may have to do something by yourself and not rely on someone in the relationship. So he's very much he's strong, and he dips in and out. He meets people, he enjoys people, he speaks with people, he sees people, but he wants to be alone. That's the beauty of he's happy alone. He feels this, and he's strong. So he can do this, and so can you when you number 3s, when this is showing up. Okay. Now we have the 10 of Wands reversed here. Now the 10 of Wands, all 10s are normally endings, but this is reversed. So instead of an ending, it could be the beginning. So it could be the ending of something, but the beginning of something else. And it could be that new stage in a relationship, because we have success here. I'm not forgetting that, although there is a decision to take about a relationship. So that's quite interesting. I'm going to get the Gilded Tarot. So it still feels, I'm actually feeling as if there's still a decision to be made. And it might feel quite big. It might feel ominous. It might feel that I'm frightened to take this decision because I don't want to be alone. And as I said, he's not a card of being lonely. He's a card of internal resources, strength, independence, knowing your own space, and very much boundaries as well. Knowing your own internal values and strength and sticking to it. So the new journey can also, the new stage of a relationship can be really standing your ground and saying, this is how it has to be for me. And if it's not going to be like that, I am prepared to move. So it feels ending and beginning with this 10 as well. So, but it still feels as if this is currently in progress. Okay, 8 of Swords. Oh gosh, the 5 of Pentacles. So 2 cards that I'm not very keen on in tarot. So this is what can be either holding you back or... So the 8 of Swords can be that card of feeling trapped. I really feel trapped. But swords are our thoughts, our mindset. Okay? And the 5 of Pentacles, that is a mindset of lack. So both of these are tying in with a relationship. Both of them are tying in with a journey. Now the journey can be personal self-development. It's all about, you've been asked to dig deep with the 4. Really dig deep. See what's going on inside yourself. See what's ticking away there. Actually begin to really assess what's important to you. Because right now with the 5 of Pentacles, you can be feeling really hard done to. It can, and relationship wise, it can feel that you're in a relationship that is not meeting your needs. And you're very focused on everything in the relationship that's not working. And I think we've all done that at some point or another, you know. But it's about you evaluating, am I prepared to leave the relationship? Because I'm so focused right now on every aspect of it that isn't going right, every aspect of it that I don't like, every little bit that I really just, and I feel held back, I feel stuck, I feel trapped. What am I supposed to do? Well, first of all, you're supposed to get some time alone and dig deep, do some self-reflection, really work out, can this relationship, can you help to change the relationship by being honest? Because swords are also about our communication and our words. So you may need to communicate to somebody something, aspects of it are not working for me. Okay. Now, can the relationship be saved? That's still up to you. But I feel at some point you're at that point of something's got to give, something's got to change, something. And if it's not going to change, then I am building up to leave. Because there's a beginning and an ending here. But as I said, it can be the ending of a relationship and moving on to pastures new, or it can be the ending of how the relationship currently is. But this is about establishing your boundaries, because right now this isn't working. Something in this relationship is not working. So I hope that makes sense to some people. I'm going to pull a soul card. So Angel Spirit's Guide. What do number 3s need to... they've obviously got quite a lot to think about, but I've been pulling a soul card for all the numbers this week, just to, what do you need to consider? So this feels like there's a lot to take on board for number 3s, because they're in a process. They're stuck in quite a negative mindset as well, and they probably just don't know what to do for the best. And it just... So this week will be important, but this week for me is very much about self-reflection, digging deep, really beginning to know yourself. Okay, you've got appreciation here. Appreciation is actually gratitude. So when you're doing that self-reflection, when you're actually concentrating and you're analysing, and do you know what, I would put pen to paper here. I would actually sit down and say, right, I'm going to write down every single thing that bugs me. And then look at, well, what part do I play in it? because it feels very much that you're so focused on the negative parts of the relationship, you might just be totally oblivious or not to the good parts, basically, the parts that actually work and support you and sustain you, but you've so slipped into this negative mindset that you can't see that anymore. So go back to gratitude, but do your digging deep. That's important this week for number 3s. So it feels like a big week. You may have a lot to take on board, a lot of digging to do, and let me know how that resonates or how you get on. As I said, I think I said in the previous number, if you have any comments, please would you put them on YouTube, because it helps me reach more people. I forgot which one I'm doing here. Where's my amethyst? Oh, here it is. And because I'd like to get my little message out even more. Okay, we're going to clear the energy and we'll pull for number 4, please. So angels, spirits, guys, can we have some cards, please, for number 4? Okay. So angels, spirits, guys, what do number 4s need to learn this week, experience, or take on board, or consider, which will stand them in good stead moving on? Okay, we have the Garden and the Gate. The Garden and the Gate is a card of longing. We had this last week, actually, but I couldn't tell you which number it was for. The Garden and the Gate is actually knowing that you're quite comfortable, you're quite secure, you're quite settled. There's just that little bit something missing. I want something else. And maybe you know what that something is, or maybe you have to start digging deep. Let's see what the cards say. Okay, you've got Yin Yang. That is a card of balance. It's about male energy, female energy. It's about activity, inactivity. So I'm going to need some tarot to see where that's going. So let's just get the Rider-Waite out. And it could be, if those 2 cards came out and that's all I was reading, I would be saying to you, sit down and really work this out. Because that longing, is it real? Is it justifiable? Are you just getting a little bit complacent, a little bit stuck? Are you beginning to live in your head and not actually from your heart? You know, maybe taking things for granted, forgetting, oh, what a beautiful place or beautiful home, or how fortunate your life actually is. So that's what I would be asking you to consider. And I'd be saying to you, what about your health? Is there anything out of balance health-wise? Because it can often be the brain, the mind, the heart imbalance that you have to be aware of, but something can be out of balance, so just have a little consider of that. Okay, the Garden and the Gate. So we've got the 3 of Cups, lovely energy. Ace of Swords, super. Oh, why did I get that card? 5 of Pentacles, not my favourite, and the 7 of Cups. Okay, so the Garden and the Gates is very much about celebration and collaboration. So celebrating with your friends, maybe getting together, celebrating your good news, their good news, and knowing the value of those friendships. So this is a card of just appreciating the people that actually are around you. The Ace of Swords, it can mean a lot of things. I'm going to clarify it a little more, but it can mean beginning to know your own mind. That light bulb moment when the penny drops and you just think, what on earth am I even thinking about that for? Why am I dwelling on that when everything else is so good and is going so well? Right, now, so a moment of inspiration. It can be the beginning of something, and that beginning can just be clarity in your thoughts, because the Garden and the Gate, as I say, is a card of longing. So you might actually give yourself a bit of a shake and say, just cut it out. It's not a bad longing. It's just sometimes we need to go back to gratitude and remember what's important to us. And here, friendships and relationships are important. Now, the 5 of Pentacles is that card of feeling sorry for oneself. And it's quite well depicted here with this image, because they are so focused on the rags on their feet that they're watching where they put their feet next. I don't blame them, mind you, but at the same time, what the card is actually saying, they're so focused on where they're putting their feet next because of the snow and because of their cold feet. They're totally oblivious to the fact they're passing sanctuary. So this is a mindset of lack. What do I not have? Oh, I don't have warm shoes for a kickoff. I don't have warm clothes. And it's a mindset that really can hold us back. So when it comes out with balance, it can be when my mind is tipping over into negativity. My mind is so focused on what's not going right in my life. Now, it's a very dramatic end of the continuum card as opposed to gratitude, but it could be the beginning of complacency, taking things for granted, really going into, I just can't see all the good things around me now because I'm just so focused on that little something that I want, something that I haven't got, that one little thing. I haven't got it, and that's where my focus is. Can't stop thinking about it. And the cards are saying this is out of balance. Now, the Seven of Cups can indicate now you have choices and decisions to make. So hopefully your Ace of Swords is giving you inspiration and begins to get the ball rolling here. It can be a good, very good card, but it can often indicate feeling emotionally overwhelmed. So I would be saying, I say to everyone, if you get that card, just draw breath. Just stop dead and say, right, I'm not rushing into anything. I'm not going to do a knee-jerk reaction. I'm going to try and draw the emotion out of taking a decision, and do your homework, do your research, because not every one of these options are going to be good. We've got a dragon there and I think a serpent in another, although there's jewels and whatever. So you're going to be given choices or options. You have to make up your mind. So make up your mind fully informed. So don't be saying afterwards, yeah, but I didn't know about that. Do your research, do your homework now. So angels, spirits, guys, can we have some couple of clarifiers, please, for number 4s? And we have the Four of Cups reversed. Okay. And we have the Knight of Swords. So the Four of Cups reversed. Actually, so the Four of Cups can be, my brain is so elsewhere, my mind is so elsewhere that I'm actually missing an opportunity. There's a divine opportunity. So there is an opportunity coming in for you. You need to be ready, on the ball, and ready to go for it. The very fact that it's reversed is actually can say, I'm moving out of that energy. I'm going to, because this is a card of inspiration. So I'm moving out. So the Guardian in the Gate, I often find it a bit of a wishy-washy card. I often feel like I could slap that little girl and just say, come on, what? I don't mean a little girl, but slap the I shouldn't be slapping anyone, should I? I shouldn't even be saying that. But sometimes I feel like going, waking up, be grateful. You've got look at that beautiful garden. Look at the gate. It speaks of wealth. It speaks of substance. It speaks of assets. And I have met people in my life who are just so complacent about everything that they have that they've become ungrateful. So this is moving out of that energy. Hallelujah. So Four of Cups is reversed, is that energetic shift. And we're moving out of an energetic shift into a moment of real clarity, self-awareness. So hopefully this person, so you number 4s, I hope you're getting that moment of, oh my word, here I am mithering on about this, that, or the other, when really it's nothing. And my life is actually really, really fortunate and blessed. Now, the Knight of Swords would also indicate some change coming in. Changes in regards to communication, self-awareness, how you actually react and respond to people. And you might become more mindful of your words, because swords are also about words, thoughts, beliefs, so how you deliver something. Now, the Knight of Swords can often be quite not a foolhardy card, but it sort of rushes ahead without, and as I said, we've got options and choices here. So don't be tempted to just rush into something. Take your time, because this energy is impulsive. So don't, and I'm saying to you, if you're taking a decision, please weigh up the pros and cons. take your time and come to that decision fully informed. So I'm going to pull a soul card for all the numbers this week. I just feel as if somehow we need to be aware of what's underneath, you know, pushing us on, pushing all our buttons. And obviously ingratitude pushes mine, because here I am all ready for slapping somebody. Oh, not the best energy or role model, I must say. Right, so angel spirits, guys, what do number 4, what could they be giving some consideration to this week? Oh, okie doke. We have forgiveness. So number 4s, there's going to be a significant energetic change in your thinking and your energy. You're going to move away from possibly just being possibly, actually, I'm going to spit it out and saying possibly being selfish, because and not considering other people's fortunes or misfortunes. The Knight of Swords as well, as I say, is about watching your delivery, how you're actually speaking to people, interacting with people, the energy that you're putting across to other people, especially if you're comfortable, especially if you're wealthy. And please be tolerant of other people's little foibles or the little money-saving tricks and tips that, you know, and please just be tolerant, because not everyone is maybe as well off financially, materially, or just even in your health and your world, you know, with your friendships and your relationships. Not everybody is in the same boat. So awareness coming in, please. Now, forgiveness is also about forgiving yourself. So although I feel I've sort of said to number 4s, you've got a lot to think about, please don't be selfish. Please take that as guidance from spirit and very well meant, because we don't want to beat ourselves up. There's nothing to be gained for that, nothing at all. So when you're forgiving other people, remember to forgive yourself. If you have been intolerant, if you have been judgmental, if your words have been abrupt or cutting, forgive yourself. Maybe say sorry to the other person if you can, but forgive yourself. That's really important for number 4s. Okay, and it's being highlighted, so you might not be very good at forgiving yourself. You may have really high expectations of you, your behavior, and you're maybe not very tolerant of yourself being less than perfect. But cut yourself a bit of slack, number 4s, especially this week. Okay, I hope that made sense. If it did or didn't, please, and you'd like to leave a comment, please would you leave a comment on YouTube. It does help the post get out to more people, which I would be very grateful for. And I would be grateful for any likes, and subscribe if you possibly can. If you like any of these videos, that's great, and I look forward to hearing from you. Okay, number 4s, thank you very much. Goodbye, and until next week. Bye.